Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, the NCAA promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting our participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated on grounds for rule within the said competition. Also, consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages is strictly prohibited. Thank you. welcome to Herman Athletic Center for today's game between the Battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan College and your William Peace Pacers. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to ask everyone to please rise, remove your caps, and face a flag as we honor the country with the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the Battling Bishops. At court, number 4, Sharia Turntine. At court, number 5, K.J. Parker. At guard, number 11, Kiora Taylor. At guard, number 20, Deja Davis. And finally, at court, number 44, Wesley Young.
This is USA South Women's Basketball on the Pacers Sports Network. Darren Vaught with you for the second day in a row, following a disappointing 4-point loss for the Pacers yesterday, but they'll look to bounce back against conference foe North Carolina Wesleyan. The Battling Bishops make the trek from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, as his starting lineups are announced. Some familiar faces in that starting lineup of the Bishops, including Sharia Turrentine, the junior from Raleigh, North Carolina, attended Southeast Raleigh High School here nearby. So Turrentine gets the start as the junior forward for the Bishops. Keisha Parker, a senior who the Pacers remember well in that matchup from a year ago. Kiora Taylor, a freshman in the starting lineup out of Annapolis, Maryland. Deja Davis, another familiar face, the junior from Bowie, Maryland. And then Wesley Young, another returning starter, the junior starting down in the post, 5 feet 10 inches tall from Maryland. So for the Pacers, it'll be the same 5 as usual. Deja Cheatham, Shania Taylor, Jade Grant, Michaela Ray, and Deja Umstead all getting the start for the Pacers. 6 wins, 8 losses overall in the season for North Carolina Wesleyan, 3-3, so an even mark in the USA South. Meanwhile, the Pacers, with the loss yesterday, dropped to 2-9 overall, 2-3 in conference play, looking to bring that back up to a level 3-3 with a win against the Battling Bishops this afternoon. Teams break the huddles, and we make our way towards center court to jump things off. 10 minutes on the clock for the first quarter of action here at the Herman Athletic Center. It'll be Michaela Ray, per usual, jumping things off for the Pacers. Keisha Parker goes up for it as well, and the Bishops come down with it, donning their gold uniforms with navy and white trim. They swing it around the perimeter to the left side. Bounce pass underneath on the left block. Underneath the basket, a pass to the right wing and back up top. From the right side, a three-point shot attempt buried by Deja Davis to get the Bishops on the board. Check that, it was called a 2. Her foot was on the line, but a quick trigger with a hand in her face, and she gets it to go for the first points of the game. Umstead brings it up the floor for the Pacers, dribbling in traffic. Loses the ball, and a scramble for it on the floor included Umstead as well as Davis for the Bishops, and it results in a jump ball, so the Pacers will retain possession. They go to the high post. Michaela Ray with a pump fake, drives left side and banks it in for 2. Even score at 2-2, 9:13 to play in the first quarter as Ray's on the board for the first time today. Bishops go right side. Davis again from the right wing. Passes up the shot, and instead they go inside. The floater banks in from Turrentine to make it 4-2. Bishops with the lead. Shania Taylor crosses up her defender Davis a couple of times as she makes her way across the timeline. Dishes back outside to Deja Cheatham. Jab step, dribbles left, gets a high screen from Michaela Ray, and the long two is off the mark off the near side of the rim. Rebounded down to Turrentine. Full court pass for the Bishops. Moving it inside to Turrentine again, who was cutting from the top of the circle. Swinging around the left side. An errant shot by Young, but it's boarded and the putback no good. So the rebound goes down to the Pacers. Umstead with it at midcourt. Passes to the far sideline where she's got Shania Taylor. Top of the key, Michaela Ray. Doesn't hesitate much, has plenty of space to put up the long two, and that ties us at 4. Ray, all 4 of the Pacers' points so far here in the first 2 minutes of action. Turrentine dribbles right, gives to Davis. Now in the corner, wide open for 3. It rattles in for Kiora Taylor, the only freshman in the starting lineup for the Bishops. Makes it 7-4 with 7:50 to go in the first. Taylor looking for Ray in the left corner. Thinks about the 3. She's only taken 20 of them so far this season. Instead, she'll pass it up to a cutting Deja Cheatham, who lays it in through traffic with her left and makes it 7-6, a 1-point North Carolina Wesleyan lead as the Bishops bring it into their front court. Taylor on the right wing, fakes right, passes left, driving, and the shot knocked away by Michaela Ray, her first block of the contest. She averages right around 3 per game. Outlet goes to Shania Taylor. She gives back to Ray in the high post, and Ray drives left on her defender Young, but scoops it underneath the defender's arm with her right, banking it in for 2. Pacers lead by 1, 8-7 with 7 minutes left in the first. Davis has it on the right wing. Bishops go all the way around to the left side to Taylor. In on the block, back out to Davis. The long two misses off the far side of the cylinder, and a high rebound obtained by Deja Cheatham. She goes up the floor to Shania Taylor. Taylor heaves up a long 3. That's off the near side of the rim and rebounded by Turrentine. So now the Bishops with it in transition, but it's fumbled as the pass was into the front court to Kiora Taylor. She couldn't quite grip it her first time. Took a few too many steps, and the traveling violation gives it back to the Pacers. So Taylor and Cheatham bring it up the floor. Pass from the far sideline to the near one here to Deja Umstead, who drives left side, has it knocked away and stolen. And here comes Deja Davis leading the break. Tries a bounce pass to the block. Grabbed by Taylor, who heaves it up the floor to Umstead. And a foul underneath the basket. Umstead wasn't able to get the shot off. But she draws the foul, and that'll slow things down. And she will get 2 shots. Umstead will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. I wasn't under the impression that she got a shot attempt up. But with 6 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter, Umstead misses her first free throw. Eight to 7, William Peace with the lead. Umstead's second free throw is up and in, so she's on the board for the first time today. And the Bishops now trailing by 2 will go again to that 3-point shot in the right corner. It misses long, and the rebound bounces out of bounds at the baseline to give it back to William Peace. Alyssa Gasparini now into the contest for the Pacers. She replaced Jade Grant in that last stoppage. Taylor working against her defender, Deja Davis. Drives left side, has it blocked, but she drills it back in and goes out top to Michaela Ray. Driving right side, Ray softly dumps it in with her right and makes it 11-7. The Pacers lead. Ray already 4 of 4 from the field with 8 points. Davis, an overhead pass to the right wing for the Bishops. Ball knocked away. And a whistle blown, a foul called. as it's going to be charged to Shania Taylor and give it back to the Bishops underneath their own basket. Pass goes to the left corner, drives, tries the high glass, but it's no good for Kiora Taylor. There for the rebound, and the putback is Wesley Young. That brings the game back within 2. Pacers waste no time to get it down the floor. Umstead for 3 from the left wing, misses right, and it bounces away out of bounds. Couple of players trying a rebound attempt, and the ruling is that it was last touched by the Bishops. Inbound pass goes to the top of the circle. Deja Umstead tries to clear it over to Taylor on the other side, but it's knocked away and stolen for an easy fast break layup on the other end. That was Deja Davis with the steal and the bucket to tie us at 11. 4:55 remaining in the first. Taylor going coast to coast for the Pacers. Bodied up on her way up to the basket and misses short, but the rebound goes to Cheatham in the corner. She's doubled by both Davis and Taylor there. And a whistle blown, a foul called. It goes against Kiora Taylor. And we'll slow things down with a couple of substitutions for North Carolina Wesleyan. Cheatham to trigger it in for the Pacers. Overheads it to Michaela Ray at the top of the circle. High screen from Gasparini, and she hands off to Taylor. Taylor shoots, rattles out, and rebound goes down to the Bishops, to Keisha Parker. Wesleyan is going to slow things down now. They go back up top to Deja Davis. Swing it to the left wing and back to Davis up top. Right side, a bounce pass underneath, intended for Parker. Knocked away out of bounds by Michaela Ray. Inbound pass again for Wesleyan. Goes to the far corner. Missed three-pointer, missed putback attempt for Wesleyan. They got their own rebound, but it's stolen by Shania Taylor. She's got numbers for the Pacers, but oh no, from behind is Giovanna Jones, the freshman. And then she tries to dribble toward the left wing offensively and has it knocked away by Umstead. Wesleyan will retain possession. It's tied at 11, 4:06 to play in the first. Davis. Back to Jones on the left wing. Working it inside. They go inside the lane. And Keisha Parker jumped up for the shot, never released, and came back down on both feet, so she's called for the travel. And surrenders possession to the Pacers with 3 minutes, 59 seconds left in our first quarter of action here on the Pacers Sports Network. 11 all. Pacers trying to bounce back from what was a 4-point loss yesterday to Methodist. Umstead enters the front court, goes right side. Taylor from the wing down to the block, and Michaela Ray goes to work. She's in double figures already. 10 of the Pacers' 13 points, and she's 5 of 5 from the field. Deja Davis dribbling left into the top of the key, pulls up a jumper over the outstretched arm of Michaela Ray. Gets that one to fall through, and we're tied at 13. Cheatham on the left wing handling the ball for the Pacers. It will go up toward center court to Shania Taylor to reset the offense. Taylor is defended by Deja Davis of the Bishops. Gives to Cheatham, just to her left. Cheatham takes a jab step left, drives right, pirouettes in the lane, and lays it in with her left. A nice move by Deja Cheatham to give the Pacers the 2-point lead, 15-13, with just under 3 to play in the first. Bishops with a 3 from the right wing. That was Giovanna Jones, her first basket of the day. One pass, no hesitation, and a shot up and in for the Bishops, who lead by 1, 16-15. 2:41 left in the first. Umstead handling it for the Pacers. Bounces underneath to Michaela Ray. She draws a second defender and has Cheatham wide open on the baseline from about 10 feet out. She puts it in to make it 17-16. 2:26 left in the first as Deja Davis enters the front court for North Carolina Wesleyan. They swing it down to the left corner. Cutting through the lane and catching the pass is Nadia Holly, who can't get the layup to fall, but the rebound goes down to Wesleyan. Back out to Davis. Top of the key. Vontasia Olds drives in traffic. Contact and lays it in for 2. 18-17, that makes the count. North Carolina Wesleyan with a 1-point lead. 2 minutes, 9 seconds left in the first quarter. As the foul charge to Deja Cheatham, that's her first personal, second team on the Pacers. Cheatham will check out of the contest in favor of Jessica Schutte. And the lone free throw up for Olds, the sophomore out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Completes the three-point play, and the Bishops lead by 2, 19-17. Umstead slowly makes her way into the front court. Picks up her dribble prematurely, has to heave a pass to the near sideline as it's knocked away. Gasparini scrambles to retrieve it in the backcourt, and they go back to Umstead. Just 9 on the shot clock as we reset things. Umstead driving right side, loses her handle, and it's stolen by Davis. On the far sideline, Davis striding, a bounce pass underneath. Olds puts it up, but a whistle prior to the shot as Jessica Schutte responsible for the personal foul that will slow things down. Wesleyan with an inbound pass underneath their own basket. Play broken off. They go to the top of the circle to Ariane Walter. And back underneath. Kick it out to Olds. Her shot blocked. She didn't quite think that Taylor had the hops to get to that jumper. But Taylor blocks it, and it's reeled in by Michaela Ray. So the Pacers with another chance here. 1:19 left in the first. Taylor, chest pass to the left side to Umstead. Crosses from right to left. Heaves up the three. It's off back iron and rebounded by the Bishops. That's Walter going up high for the board. It's the outlet pass to Deja Davis. Kicks left side. Back up top to Davis. To the right side. Back up to Davis. We're under a minute to play in the first. And the entry pass goes to Ariane Walter. And a whistle blown. Walter called for 3 seconds in the lane. And that gives it back to the Pacers. 55 seconds and counting down left in the first quarter. Pacers trail by 2, 19-17. The Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan just ahead. Umstead floats up a pass to the top of the key where Michaela Ray catches and immediately drives left through 2 defenders. Puts up a shot. It's nowhere near the rim, but she draws contact and will go to the line to shoot 2. Clock stops at 42.5 seconds here in the first quarter. Ray's first free throws of the day on the way. Her first is up and hits the right side of the rim and just barely rolls in. Brings her point total to 11 as she's 5 of 5 from the field, 1 of 1 from the stripe now with her second on the way. Among the conference's leaders in a ton of categories. She averages right around 20 points per game as her second falls and gives herself 12, makes it 19 all with 39 seconds to play. Wesleyan dribbles into the top of the lane, and a floater put up by Giovanna Jones just barely rolls in to make it 21-19 North Carolina Wesleyan. 25 seconds to go in the contest. Shot clock is turned off. Taylor crosses up her defender, Olds, and goes to the right, but she carried as she received a screen, some help from that side. Jessica Schutte was there. But the turnover gives it back to Wesleyan with 17 seconds left. Davis signals the play. Dribbles past the midcourt logo. Looking for Olds in the high post. Instead goes to the right side. Back to Davis. They find Olds. Puts it up from 12 feet and buries the shot with 3 seconds to play. Inbound pass goes to Umstead, but the Pacers can't do anything with it as the first quarter concludes. A 4-point lead for North Carolina Wesleyan, 23-19. Take a quick break with them on the Pacers Sports Network. Quarter number 2 coming up. Second quarter to begin here at the Herman Athletic Center, 23-19. North Carolina Wesleyan visiting and ahead at this point as the Bishops work the ball around the perimeter. Nearly have it stolen away, but now it's on the left side underneath the basket. Good defense here by the Pacers, 12 on the shot clock as it's handed to Janasia Dixon on the left wing. She goes to the right side, and a three from Sharia Turrentine bails out the offense. Wasn't much doing there, but she rips the bottom of the net with the tray and makes it 26-19 early in the second quarter. Shania Taylor running point guard for the Pacers. Goes to Umstead on the left, back to Ray on the right. She crosses from left to right, puts up the shot, and is contacted hard by her defender, Giovanna Jones. So Ray will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple more free throws. In the first quarter, she had 12 of the Pacers' 19 points and was perfect from the field and from the stripe. 5 of 5 field goals, 2 of 2 on her free throws as her first rattles in to make it 26-20. A 6-point deficit for the Pacers. Ray shooting about 60% from the free throw line this season. Buries the second and is 4 of 4 so far today. 5-point North Carolina Wesleyan lead. They bring it up the floor. Janasia Dixon from the right corner. Deals to the top of the key. Nadia Holly drives, loses her handle, but it's reeled in and banked in by Ariane Walter. That makes it 28-21. Bishops with the lead. Cheatham in the right corner. Looking underneath, but a little too late on the pass. The defender got there in time. So she goes back up top to run the offense. Pick and roll. Michaela Ray driving right side, but called for the charge. She banked it in for 2. But it will not count as the offensive foul goes against Michaela Ray, 28-21. 8 minutes, 44 seconds, and counting down toward halftime. Bishops bring it up the floor to Davis on the right side. They swing it left. Jones deals down to the baseline. A long two put up by Wesley Young, but it's off the far side of the rim. Rebound goes down to Wesley, and they kick up to the top of the key, and Turrentine buries the 15-footer. 30-21 now, North Carolina Wesleyan's lead. And some full-court man-to-man pressure from the Bishops as the Pacers heave it over top of that press and get an open look for Deja Cheatham. It's off the mark, but the rebound attempt swatted out of bounds by Wesley Young, and the Bishops to give the Pacers the ball underneath their own basket. Shania Taylor will trigger it in. Taylor looking for Gasparini at the top of the circle, who got a screen off the ball from Michaela Ray. Instead, the inbound pass goes to Ray. She drives, tries an overhead pass out of the lane, and it's knocked away out of bounds at the baseline. So the Pacers will try this again. Asia Umstead checks out of the contest. Jessica Schutte back in for William Peace. And there will be 21 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have that reset. 8:06 on the game clock as it's a 30-21 lead for North Carolina Wesleyan. So correction, 23 on the shot clock as the Pacers fire in another inbound pass. They go to the top of the key. Cheatham, pump fakes, drives left side, and as she's bumped on her way up to the basket, banks it in for 2. So Deja Cheatham with an impressive scoring day so far. North Carolina Wesleyan with it on the other end. Errant layup attempt. Wesley Young with the rebound. Put back no good, and Michaela Ray skies upward for the rebound for the Pacers. Quickly getting the outlet pass to Shania Taylor. She goes to the elbow on the left side to Cheatham. Hesitates, puts up the 15-footer, and it rolls in for 2. 30-25, just a 5-point deficit for the Pacers. And Deja Cheatham quickly in double figures. She's got 10 points on 7 shots. Pass on the inside, stolen by the Pacers. And Gasparini lays out for the loose ball. Kicked it up to Michaela Ray, but Gasparini's going to be called for the personal foul, and it gives it to North Carolina Wesleyan. The William Peace bench does not like that call. Didn't seem to me either that one team in particular had possession at that moment. Wesleyan goes inside to Wesley Young. She pivots, tries to get up a little baby hook, but it's blocked away by Michaela Ray. Pacers now with it in their front court. Cutting as Ray receives the pass and hacked as she does so. It's called on Giovanna Jones and gives it back to the Pacers underneath their own basket. Jones will check out of the contest. That's her second personal foul. Second team foul of the second quarter with 7:05 until the half. And a 5-point ball game, 30-25, North Carolina Wesleyan on top at the moment. Taylor looking for the inbound pass. She's looking for Ray down in the lane, but can't get the pass away. 5 seconds is the call, and the turnover by the Pacers. She was fixated on Ray cutting to the basket the whole time, never entertaining another option, and turns it over. Wesleyan with it now. They swing it left side. Over to the right now. Davis dribbles inside the lane, puts it up off the far side of the rim. Rebound goes down to Wesley Young, but Cheatham sneaks a couple hands in there and forces a jump ball, so it gives it to the Pacers. 30-25, 6:52 to play until halftime. Cheatham and Taylor in the backcourt for the Pacers. As Turrentine, Taylor's defender, with her all the way. At the midcourt logo. Cutting, backdoor, Deja Cheatham. Got the pass, but it kicked it off of her foot and out of bounds. There was a hand or two that may have gotten a fingertip on the ball on its way into Cheatham as she was cutting and sort of misdirected the pass. For whatever reason, she couldn't handle it as it came into her arms and kicked it away out of bounds. Wesleyan on the other side with a three-point shot put up by Nadia Holly from the right wing, buries it nothing but net. And that makes it 33-25, an 8-point lead once more for the Bishops. 6 minutes, 21 seconds left in the second quarter. Two Pacers in double figures, but they only have 3 players who have scored. If you compare that to North Carolina Wesleyan, it's 5 less players on the scoring column. 7 for Turrentine leads the way. Davis has 6, 5 apiece for Jones and Olds. 3 each for Taylor and Holly, and then Young and Walter rounding things out with 2 points apiece. So a very spread out scoring distribution for North Carolina Wesleyan. They also have 5 players with 2 or more rebounds. Quick timeout by the Pacers. Broken, and William Peace brings it into the front court. Shania Taylor handles the ball, looking forward, trying to find an open teammate. Left-handed bounce pass underneath to Michaela Ray, but it's knocked away and stolen by the Bishops. Another turnover for the Pacers, and another opportunity for North Carolina Wesleyan. They go for the three-point shot again, this time from the left wing, but it's Holly again. It rolls in to make it 36-25 with 5:48 left in the first half. Gasparini pushing the tempo on the other end, tries to put up the layup, but it's just short of the rim and knocked away out of bounds. Last touched by Wesley, and that was Wesley Young underneath the basket, who got a hand on it as it went out of bounds at the baseline. And Schutte trying to throw the ball in from the baseline, had it knocked away out of her hands. And now some deliberation between this officiating crew. And they're going to send players to their benches, not to sit, but to huddle up as they deliberate. 5 minutes, 44 seconds left in the second quarter, 36-25. It's a 9-point Bishops lead. Now they're going to have an explanation for the William Peace University coaching staff. All right, so they figured it out, whatever the play was on the inbound pass. Jessica Schutte trying to pass it in for the Pacers from the baseline and had it knocked away. So it will be assessed as a technical foul, it seems, as Michaela Ray approaches the free throw line. But now more discussion. Might change that. I don't know. All right, so it is a technical foul assessed to Keisha Parker. And Michaela Ray hits the first free throw. Ray hits the second. She was all alone in the Pacers' front court. So we reset the shot clock due to the foul. Schutte checks out of the game, and Shania Taylor will now send in the inbound pass after a couple of points for the Pacers. Michaela Ray, 2 for 2 in that trip. Now has 16 points on the day. Entry pass by the Pacers goes to Gasparini at the top of the key. She hands off to Cheatham on the right side. Dribbles left, floats up a pass to Michaela Ray, who is hit hard as she goes up toward the basket. And Ray will get a couple more free throws. And she's just shaking her head laughing. I think that's all she can do at this point. So Ray goes back to the free throw line as the clock stops at 5:31 in the second quarter. 36-27. Ray's first is up and ripples in. She now has 17 points, is 7 of 7 from the free throw line. 4 rebounds, 2 blocks to go with that. Deja Davis in, Kiora Taylor in. As Turrentine and Young check out of the contest for the Bishops. And Ray hits her second of 2 free throws. Wesleyan in on the other side. Taylor driving baseline from left to right. Clears a bounce pass to the opposite side to Davis up top. Right side. Driving, pass knocked away but reeled back in by Taylor, who goes up top. Davis, one dribble, puts up the 15-footer in some space, but it rattles off the left side of the rim, boarded by Ray, and she quickly gets it to midcourt to Taylor, who tried another pass that would have resulted in an easy layup to Umstead. She fumbled it a bit, but resets her feet from the wing, crosses up her defender, Parker, and drives the layup in on the left side. So 36-31, a 5-point lead for Wesleyan. They work the ball to the high post and out to the right wing. Another 3-point shot made by the Bishops. That time it was Taylor who got it to rattle in. Makes it an 8-point Bishops lead again. 39-31, 4.5 until half. Pacers go inside. That drop step so effective for Michaela Ray. She spins to the left and lays it in for 2. 6-point Bishops lead at 39-33. Deja Davis heaves it to the right wing. 3-point shot taken and made by Janasia Dixon. It rattled in. And now the Bishops are 6 of 8 from 3. Cheatham receives the pass in the right corner and drives the baseline for the Pacers. Tries to chuck it up from the paint with her left. It's off the backboard and into North Carolina Wesleyan's arms. They quickly make their way down to the other side of the floor to Keisha Parker, who banks it in for 2 after a nice pass underneath. Parker with the layup now with her first points of the game. Kiora Taylor on the assist there, her first assist. And a timeout called as the lead goes back to 10, 43-33. North Carolina Wesleyan ahead with 3 minutes, 46 seconds left until halftime. The Bishops shooting exactly 50% from the field, 18 of 36, but they are 6 of 8 from three-point range, and every time the Pacers seem to be on a run that's going to get them right back in the mix, one of those three-pointers seems to fall. Kiora Taylor is 2 for 3. Nadia Holly is 2 for 2. Sharia Turrentine and Giovanna Jones are 1 for 1. So after the timeout, it'll be Pacers ball. They trail by 10. Taylor and Umstead bring it up the floor. This time it'll be Umstead handling the ball as she steps across midcourt. defended by Deja Davis. Zips a pass to the right side to Shania Taylor. Jade Grant back into the contest for the first time since checking out earlier after starting the game. Ray drives right side, and on the right side of the lane is hacked by a couple of defenders. Allows herself to take a beating in order to get to the free throw line. It's going to be called against Dixon. Dixon's first 15 foul on the Bishops. 3:24 to play in the first half as Ray is making it look easy from the free throw line. Hits that one, nothing but net. She's now 9 of 9 from the stripe. Ray's second up and rattles in as well. 10 of 10 from the free throw line in the first half with 3:20 to play until the break still. Deja Davis to the top of the circle as they swing it outside. Dixon with a long two, rips the bottom of the net. 3:10 until half, 45-35. Taylor, a high bounce pass to Michaela Ray, who drives right side, gets into the lane, and some body contact. She's called for her second offensive foul. Luckily for the Pacers, 2 offensive fouls for Michaela Ray. Those are her 2 personal fouls only. She hasn't committed one defensively as she knocks the ball away and forces a steal there. Kotovsky reels it in for the Pacers, but it's knocked out of her hands and reeled back in by Deja Davis. They go to the top of the key. One step to her right, and a layup attempt by Victoria Olds is off the near side of the cylinder, rebounded by Ray. Outlet pass to Shania Taylor. She dribbles just inside the three-point line and chucks up the 18-footer, which misses short. Rebounded by Olds, and North Carolina Wesleyan will have it. Deja Davis handling the ball at the top of the circle, dribbles to her right, spins away from the defender Umstead, picks up her dribble at the top of the key, gives to Olds on the right side, who banks it in for 2. A little floater just in front of Michaela Ray, who was straight up trying to defend the shot, but 2 more for Olds, and that's a 47-35 lead for the Bishops. Umstead drives right side, jumps up and passes to the left to Ray, who has it knocked away on her shot attempt. Wesleyan with a chance at the other end, has it stolen by Shania Taylor. Here come the Pacers. Pass ahead to Umstead, a couple of steps, and she lays it in from the right. Started to think it wasn't going to fall. It rolled around the rim once, twice, and then finally fell through. So it's back to a 10-point deficit for the Pacers, 47-37. As Olds from the high post sends a pass to Dixon on the left side, who drives and sends the layup over top of the basket, rebounded by the Pacers. Bounce pass for Umstead, up the floor to Grant, who dribbles once, twice in that right corner, and puts up the long 2, which misses off of the back of the iron and is rebounded by Taylor of the Bishops. She drives, wraps a pass around Michaela Ray's body, and it's underneath, so 1-1 on the other end after a whistle. Michaela Ray is going to have a chance at the free throw line because the call is that Taylor, as she wrapped the pass around her, used her arm. No, I thought the signal was 1-1. My apologies. It was number 1-1. Kiora Taylor called for the offensive foul, which gives the ball back to the Pacers. But she did use her arm to hook and wrap that pass around Michaela Ray. Meanwhile, Umstead crosses up her defender and lays it in for 2 pretty easily for the Pacers on the other end. And we're back to North Carolina Wesleyan ball with 40 seconds to play until the half. Turrentine dribbles to the right wing, goes up top where she finds Kiora Taylor. And Taylor has it stolen away by Umstead, passed ahead to Jade Grant, but it's far overthrown and will go out of bounds with 30.5 seconds on the clock in the second quarter. 8-point Bishops lead at 47-39. Now Taylor and Turrentine bring it up the floor, with Turrentine the primary ball handler. Kicks back to the right side to Taylor, a handoff to Olds, and they send it through Davis to Turrentine in the left corner. She's doubled now by Grant and Taylor. Sneaks a bounce pass to the top of the key, and Taylor with an underhanded pass to Olds, which is fumbled and lost out of bounds at the baseline. But it was knocked away by Jade Grant. So it'll be North Carolina Wesleyan ball underneath the basket. 10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. (47-39) the score, and now a quick moment here at the scorer's table. They're going to turn the shot clock off as the Bishops throw it in underneath their own basket. Taylor to trigger it in, breaks off the play, goes underneath. Wesley Young uses her shoulder and jabs Michaela Ray, who falls straight to the ground. Young, very adamant, and her opposition to the call slammed the ball. I'm surprised she didn't get called for a technical. Ray smiling and on her feet, so she seems to be okay, but I am shocked that there was no technical foul called with 9.1 seconds left. The Pacers will roll it in. Umstead picks it up at about the three-point line in the backcourt, dribbles across midcourt, picks up her dribble, goes inside to Ray, but the pass knocked away by Young, and Wesleyan steals it as the buzzer sounds, and that'll take us to halftime. North Carolina Wesleyan 47, William Peace 39. An 8-point deficit for your Pacers at the break, but Michaela Ray, if she has anything to do with it, the Pacers will stay in this game. She's got 22.7 rebounds, 2 blocks and a steal, 10 points for Deja Cheatham, 7 for Deja Umstead. Meanwhile, 10 North Carolina Wesleyan players on the scoreboard in that first half, 7 each for Turrentine and Olds. Taylor, Davis, and Holly all with 6 each. 5 for Jones, 4 for Dixon, and Parker, Young, and Walter each have 2 points. So very, very contrasting styles via the box score for both of these teams. The Pacers down by just 8, but they've only had 3 players score. 10 players have all scored in single digits for the Bishops at the half. 47-39, 8-point lead for the visiting Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan here on the Pacers Sports Network. Second half coming up shortly. Stay with us. right, just about ready to resume play here with North Carolina Wesleyan at William Peace University. Second half getting started here at the Herman Athletic Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Darren Vaught with you on the Pacers Sports Network. And it'll be North Carolina Wesleyan ball. They now shoot at the basket to my left, nearest to the arena's entrance. Starting fives out for both teams, back on the floor. And we resume play. 47-39, the lead for the Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan as they work it to the top of the post. And then outside, Deja Davis with a long two-point shot. Missed off the backside of the rim, but a rebound goes down to North Carolina Wesleyan as Kiora Taylor all over that one. Reels it back in and zips it to the elbow where Wesley Young fires up the shot and it rolls in. 9:27 left in the third quarter, 49-39, a 10-point Pacers deficit as Shania Taylor dribbles from the top of the circle, drives left side, tosses up a shot with her left, and it sails over the rim. No good. Rebounded by North Carolina Wesleyan. And now the Bishops are going to push it on the other end of the floor. Layup attempt, no good. Great defense by Michaela Ray there on Keisha Parker. Wesleyan brings it back in, and Turrentine sends up a 10-footer off back iron. Rebound goes down to Umstead, and here come the Pacers. Umstead dribbles inside, kicks out to Ray, gets Young on the pump fake on the three-point shot, drives right. They got an easy mismatch underneath to lay it in softly for two. 49-41 now, 8-point lead for the Bishops as they swing it from Turrentine to Davis over on the far sideline. Now underneath the basket, catch and shoot. Turnaround jumper by Keisha Parker misses off the back of the iron. A scramble for the loose ball at the top of the paint is handled by both Young and Ray. So a jump ball that will give the possession back to the Pacers with 8:24 left in the third. Cheatham and Umstead, the Dejas, bring it up the floor for the Pacers. Umstead handling the ball, defended by Deja Davis of North Carolina Wesleyan. Handling it midcourt. Looking for a screen off the ball. It frees up Cheatham on the right wing. She dribbles into the block. Turns her back to the basket and deals left side to Michaela Ray. Crossing from right to left. Floats up the shot. It rolls in. A high bounce off the back of the rim. And then another off the front of the rim. And it finally went through the net for two more points. 49-43. Turrentine drives on the other side for North Carolina Wesleyan and dumps it underneath to Young, who goes up with it and is fouled by Jade Grant of the Pacers. So Young will go to the free throw line to shoot two, the junior. For Grant, it's her first personal. First team foul of the third quarter for the Pacers. 7:43 to play. 49-43, a 6-point North Carolina Wesleyan lead. Young's first free throws of the day. She has 4 points, 3 rebounds thus far. Her first is up and rattles in to make it 50-43. Second shot of Young's not quite strong enough off the front side of the rim, and a long rebound pulled in by Michaela Ray in the far corner. She chucks it up the floor. Grant from right side to the left of the front court finds Umstead. Cheatham cuts, receives the pass, puts up the shot, and it's knocked away, rejected by Wesley Young. Out of bounds, though, and it gives it back to the Pacers with 7:29 left in the third. Grant on the inbound, goes right wing. Umstead for three, it rolls in. And it's now within 4, 50-46 after the Deja Umstead three-pointer goes through. She's in double figures now with 10, and the Bishops work it around the perimeter. Right side, three-point shot attempt from Taylor. Misses off the back of the iron, and no good. A whistle on a long rebound attempt as it was off the back of the iron and reeled in around the free throw line. And a little bit of confusion. Okay, but a foul against the Pacers on the rebound attempt. It's charged to Michaela Ray. That's her third personal. And Wesleyan tosses it in underneath their own basket. They get a screen to free up a shooter in the left corner. It's Holly again. She's 3 of 3 from downtown after draining that one from the corner, and makes it a 7-point lead again for the Bishops. Umstead driving left side for the Pacers. And is going to be charged with the offensive foul. She went in very recklessly, didn't have full control when she ran into the defender and hit the floor. So Umstead charged with the foul. Or no foul call. It's going to be called with a travel. So no foul called on the contact, but she's called for the traveling violation, which either way gives it back to the Bishops. Missed a two-pointer by Young. Rebound pulled in by Gasparini, and she makes her way toward the other end of the floor. Bounce pass to the left side. Grant can't get the layup to go. Rebounded by the Bishops. They go outside to Taylor. She drives right side, has it knocked away, but it's pulled in by Keisha Parker, who puts up the 10-footer and buries it for two. 55-46, a 9-point lead for North Carolina Wesleyan. Cheatham hands to Grant at the top of the circle. Crosses from right to the left. She's defended by Turrentine. Lost her handle, and it's stolen away. Parker on the left side of the lane goes up strong and is fouled. Deja Cheatham will be charged with the personal, and Parker will go to the free throw line for the first time today. She's got 4 points on the day. Clock stops at exactly 6 minutes left to play in the third quarter. 55-46 lead for North Carolina Wesleyan. Parker about a 71% free throw shooter so far on the season. This is her first of the day. It thuds off the front of the rim. Parker also the leading scorer for this team so far this season, right at 15 points per game. She started all 15 games for the Bishops this year. Second free throw on the way following the substitutions on both sides. Shania Taylor and Kaylee Kotowski back in for the Pacers. Jade Grant, Deja Umstead out as free throw number 2 rattles in. Parker now has 5. Cheatham for the Pacers, driving left, scoops it up with her left and banks it in for 2. Deja Cheatham now with 12 points to her name today. And the Wesleyan team whips it around to the right side of the perimeter, then inside. Parker pump fake to get Ray in the air and banks it in. 58-48, a 10-point Bishops lead. Parker handling the rock for the Pacers. Crosses right, left, then left again. Drives and dumps it in. 58-50, nice ball handling by Shania Taylor there. The 2-3 zone from the Pacers allows a floater just to come right through the middle of the lane. As it was hit by Sharia Turrentine. Pretty easy offensive set for the Bishops there. Pacers lob it underneath to Ray on the other side. She's at the left block, pivots, puts up the shot, and draws a whistle and a foul. So 2 more free throws on the way for Michaela Ray. Her first 2 of the second half. She was 10 of 10 from the stripe in the first half of the game. Foul charge to Keisha Parker, as that's her second personal. First team foul of the third for North Carolina Wesleyan. Wesley Young and Turrentine will check out of the contest for the Bishops. Back in come Victoria Olds and Deja Davis. Ray hits the first free throw to put her scoring total to 27. The second is good, and she's got 28 points. Bishops on the other end, nobody home, as Giovanna Jones dribbled to the left wing and didn't have a defender, so she stepped just inside of the three-point line and knocks down the 2-point shot. Takes it back to a 10-point lead, 62-52, and a timeout called by William Peace. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left in the third quarter, and a 10-point deficit. As North Carolina Wesleyan still without a player in double figures scoring. They have 2 with 9, though, for what it's worth. Nadia Holly, 3 of 3 from 3. do the math, and she has 9. Sharia Turrentine with 9 points as well. And then 8 other players have scored for North Carolina Wesleyan. Shania Taylor dribbles into the front court for William Peace, signaling off a screen that Jessica Schutte was going to give her. Defended by Davis, crosses to the right, floats in the pass on the left side to Ray, who pump fakes, gets her defender in the air, drives and misses just her second shot of the afternoon. It just rims out. Wesleyan with the board in transition. They go to the right wing, and Nadia Holly again from 3 knocks it down. 65-52, a 13-point lead as Shania Taylor drives down the far sideline. She dribbles baseline, kicks out to Kutovsky, who put the long 2 up, and it rattles off the backside of the rim. Davis with the rebound for Wesleyan. No trouble dribbling to the other side of the floor. She gets inside the free throw line and puts up the 2. Misses off the back of the rim and rebounded by the Pacers. They get it to Shania Taylor to run the offense. Taylor dribbling, defended by Davis, gets a screen left, elects not to take it, puts up the 3 and buries it nothing but net. So Taylor, who was scoreless in the first half, now with 5 early on here in quarter number 3. 65-55, Holly with the ball on the left wing, not open for the 3 that time, and she's going to dump it underneath. Pivot, and a right-handed hook shot by Parker rolls off the side of the rim, rebounded by Michaela Ray, who's going to push it on the other side. She does not have numbers, 1 against 4, puts up the shot with contact, misses, got her own rebound, and then gets the foul call. Michaela Ray laboring for these 2 free throws coming up, as that offensive rebound was her 10th, so that is her 9th double-double of the season, as she now has 28 and 10, and she'll get a couple of free throws here to see if she can continue her perfection there. 12 of 12 from the stripe so far. Nothing but net on the first. 65-56 now the count, as Schutte and Kutovsky check out for the Pacers. Ray's second free throw on the way. 3:06 left to play in the third quarter. She buries that one as well. A perfect 14 of 14 from the stripe to make it 65-57. Parker drives right side, puts up a quick floater from the right block, but it's rebounded by Holly. Disc is back outside. Back to Holly, wide open on the left wing, and that 3 is good to go as well. Nadia Holly. Now that that's been erased, it's counted as a 2. Still 4 for 4 from 3, but she's 5 of 8 from the field. Taylor misses the shot on the other side for the Pacers. Parker with it underneath. Bumps up against Michaela Ray, but sends it in to make it 69-57. Taylor with it in the left corner. Crosses from right to left, drives, and it's off the backside of the iron. Rebound pulled in by Keisha Parker, but as she hit the floor, she lost her handle, and it rolls out of bounds, presumably Pacers ball, and that is the call. So William Peace to trigger it in underneath their own basket on the far block. 2 minutes, 18 seconds left in the third. As Schutte will trigger it in, she floats up a pass to the deep left wing to Michaela Ray. Ray hasn't put it on the floor yet. She's looking for somebody to bail her out as a ball handler. Instead, she's defended by Olds, crosses from right to left, scoops it up with her right and lays it in. 69-59, 10-point deficit for the Pacers. Under 2 minutes left in the third, and an errant pass sent from the top of the circle. Deja Davis was looking for a cutter. I think she thought Holly was going to be there, but nobody home, and it sails out of bounds at the baseline. 1 minute, 56 seconds left in quarter number 3 here at the Herman Athletic Center. 10-point lead for the Bishops visiting from North Carolina Wesleyan. Umstead with a bounce pass to Cheatham. Nearly knocked away and stolen, but reeled back in as Cheatham crosses up her defender, drives right side, puts up the scoop shot, and it sails over the rim, no good. Wesleyan with the rebound as it comes down to Victoria Olds. She'll get it to Davis to run the offense. Back to the right side they go. Giovanna Jones Holly from the left corner sends up the three. Her first miss from distance, but the rebound and the putback by Jones. 71-59. Jones with the offensive rebound and the basket. As she now has 10. Umstead dribbles to the right side of the front court. Defended by Davis. Right at 1 minute left in the quarter. It's a high screen to her left from Michaela Ray. Will drive right and draw contact from Deja Davis, who was the primary defender. There was a help defender who blocked the shot away. So without that contact, it presumably would have been a block. And the clock stops at 55 seconds as Deja Umstead goes to the free throw line for the Pacers. She's 1 of 2 from there so far today. First is up. It's each side of the rim and rattles out. So she's now 1 for 3 so far at the line. Davis will check out of the contest for the Bishops. Back in is Sharia Turrentine. Umstead's second of 2 free throws. High arcing. Rips the bottom of the net to bring it back within 11. Bishops send it to the left wing. Driving, kicked over to the left side. Ariane Walter gets the 10-footer to bounce in. And it's back to a 13-point lead that matches the largest of the day for the Bishops. Umstead driving left side, back to the basket. Hands it off to Michaela Ray, who goes right side, penetrates and draws the foul, as she has done very often in this matchup. And the foul's going to be charged to Nadia Holly. Ray goes to the free throw line with 32 points, 10 rebounds. She's a perfect 14 of 14 from the stripe so far today with 29 seconds left in the third. She sends up her 15th free throw. And what do you know, it's good as well. 61 points for the Pacers now to the 73 of the Bishops. Ray's second of 2. Clings as it grabs the bottom of the net on its way through. Gives her 34 points and makes it an 11-point game. Wesleyan swinging it right side to Holly. Victoria Olds bumps Ray and fading away. Banks it in from the right side. 75-62 again the score as the Bishops are on top. Umstead handling the ball. Pulls up the 3 from the left wing. It thuds off the back of the rim. Michaela Ray with the rebound and off the top of the glass. Puts it in as time expires in quarter number 3. 75-64 will be the score with 10 minutes of basketball left. Michaela Ray, the offensive rebound there was her 11th board, and she banked it in at the buzzer for a point total of 36 on the afternoon. Having a career day. She's had plenty of them so far this season. I don't know if any have been this good. 36 points, at least scoring-wise. She set school records with 22 rebounds in a single game and 9 steals in a single game earlier this season. But the 36 is a career high. It is a season high. And she'll look to build on that with one more quarter. Pacers trailing by 9, 75-64, as it's been a steady 9 or 10 point disparity between these two teams since about the first quarter. Other than a run or two made by North Carolina Wesleyan, it's been fairly evenly matched. The Bishops were 6 of 8 from 3 to start the game. And that really, I think, is what created this separation that the Pacers have not been able to chip away at. So we break the huddles, and the 5 on the floor for the Pacers will be Cheatham, Umstead, Ray, Gasparini, Schutte. And the Bishops will start with the ball. Holly inbounds it to Turrentine. They kick it to the left wing. Back up top, Turrentine bounces it to the right side to Holly, and it's knocked away by Ray. She won't get credit for the steal because it landed in the arms of Umstead, But what a defensive effort by Michaela Ray there as she now stands with the ball at the top of the circle. Dishes right to Jessica Schutte. High screen from Ray as they go to Cheatham on the left side. She nearly lost her handle on the way into the basket and banks it in. 75-66 with 9.5 minutes to play. Deja Cheatham now with 14 points, a season high. Turrentine swinging it left for the Bishops. They go to Jones on the left wing, and now underneath to Ariane Walter. She tried to post up Ray, but misses the shot from the right side. And Ray gets the rebound. She'll slowly walk it up and give it to Deja Cheatham to run the offense. Cheatham quickly makes her way into the lane, crosses from left to right, and lays it in with her left. 75-65. 7-point deficit for the Pacers, who drop back into a zone defense. Ball on the left wing. Underneath now. Ray again gets a hand on it, and again it goes to Umstead. She hands to Ray, who's cutting left side. Puts up the shot with her right, but a little wild, as that one is too strong and rebounded by North Carolina Wesleyan. They're going to try a long two in transition. It's off the back of the iron, pulled in by Olds, but a jump ball as Jessica Schutte was there for the Pacers to force the shared possession. And the ball goes back to the Pacers now. 8 minutes, 26 seconds left in this one. Umstead and Taylor in the backcourt to bring it up the floor for the Pacers. Deja Davis is the one-on-one defender with Umstead, so she's there, going to follow her the whole way. Taylor brings it into the front court. Asking for a screen. She gets it from Gasparini on the left side. Had some space to pull up for a three if she wanted it, but a smart move to not. Gasparini hands to Taylor at the top of the key. This time she wants the three, puts it up, and it rolls in. 75-71. Taylor's second three of the half gives her 8 and reels it within 4. Wesleyan with the ball up top. Deja Davis to Holly on the left wing. Fakes a pass inside, goes back up top to Davis. Wesley Young dribbles around the half circle underneath the basket and tried a hook shot with her left. It misses off the front side of the rim and is boarded by Ray, so the Pacers now with it. Cheatham pulls up a three from the right side. It's in. 1 point ball game, 75-74 with 7:20 to play. Davis into the front court for the leading Bishops. Dribbles behind her back, puts up the floater from the top of the key. Nice moves by Davis to create the space and create the shot to put it in for 2. Umstead's going to try herself a three-pointer. In transition from the left wing, no one was there to rebound, but the rebound goes down to Holly, and she hesitates on the pass because Umstead was there, keeping the possession and committing the traveling violation. It gives it back to the Pacers underneath their own basket and maybe allows them to catch their breath a little bit. 77-74 with 7 minutes, 4 seconds left. The Pacers have made it interesting with a couple of three-point makes and some great defense here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick timeout with them on the Pacers Sports Network. North Carolina Wesleyan 77, William Peace 74. 7:04 left to play in the fourth quarter here at the Herman Athletic Center. Thanks for joining us on the Pacers Sports Network. As Deja Cheatham to inbound it for William Peace. She clears it to the right elbow where Michaela Ray pump fakes and drives to the left side, puts it in with her left. She's got 38 points on the day. Back within 1, 77-76. Nadia Holly. One dribble, puts up a 15-footer from the top of the key. It's off the mark, but rebounded and put back in by Keisha Parker. And it's a three-point lead again. Umstead Hard dribble toward the paint, but she pulls back out side of the three-point line to reset the offense for the Pacers. 15 on the shot clock. Sends a chest pass to the right wing to Deja Cheatham. Jab step to the left. She drives left. Gets underneath her defender, and the layup just rolls out and is rebounded. But the outlet pass goes to Deja Davis, who travels due to some defensive pressure in the backcourt from Deja Umstead. So she's forced a couple of turnovers with that play. And now the Pacers inbound it to Shania Taylor to run the offense. Pass lofted underneath to Michaela Ray. She puts up the shot and draws the foul. Again, Ray will go to the free throw line, as that one is charged against Keisha Parker, the senior. Her third personal, first team foul of the fourth quarter. And Ray waiting at the free throw line to put up her 17th and 18th of the day. 17 is good. She's yet to miss one. And that gives her 39 total points on the day. One of three Pacers in double figures. Second of two. Rolls in. 18 of 18 from the charity stripe, and she now has 40 points. Dixon drives left baseline for the Bishops. Misses the shot, but it's rebounded and put back in by Holly. And it's a three-point game again, 81-78. Taylor dribbling on the right side of the offense. She's defended by Dixon. Fakes left, goes right. Bounce pass underneath. Cheatham from 10 feet out on the left baseline. Nothing but net. 81-80. A very narrow gap between North Carolina Wesleyan and William Peace. Davis drives left side, kicks out to the left wing where a three-point shot's off the back of the iron. The board and the putback attempt no good for the Bishops. This time they reel it back in, though. It's Holly underneath the basket. From right to the left side of the offense, it gets in the hands of Giovanna Jones, who buries a 15-footer. And again makes it a three-point deficit, 83-80. Taylor wasting no time on the other end of the floor. Drives against the defender Dixon and gets fouled from about 10 feet out of the basket. So Shania Taylor, who has scored 8 second-half points, goes to the free throw line for the first time today. 83-80 the score. With 5 minutes, 5 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Taylor's first free throw up and in, nothing but net. This is her 6th game playing with the Pacers. A 75% free throw shooter, as the second is off the right side of the rim and out. Rebounded by Parker of the Bishops. They go back up top with the handoff to Deja Davis. Swinging around right side, go to the top of the key where Holly, maybe surprised that she had so much room to put up that shot, thuds it off the backboard. Taylor dribbling into the front court as it's stolen away by Keisha Parker and Wesleyan with a fast break, but a whistle after contact, as Deja Cheatham is going to be called with the personal foul. Sharia Turrentine checks back in. Dixon will get a breather for North Carolina Wesleyan. That's Cheatham's second personal foul. Inbound pass goes to Parker on the right block. She puts it up strong. It just rolls out, and a hard foul by Michaela Ray will send Parker to the free throw line to shoot 2. So that's Ray's 4th personal foul with 4:40 to play. And a tight one here at the Herm. 2-point ball game as Parker puts up her first free throw and sinks it nothing but net. Parker averaging 15 points per game leading into this one. Now with 12 and a chance for 13 here. That one hits backside of the rim, rolls in and out, and it's batted away out of bounds. Nadia Holly and Michaela Ray battling for the rebound. Last to touch it was Holly, and it goes back to the Pacers. So full court pressure from North Carolina Wesleyan. Taylor receives the inbound pass, dribbles the length of the floor with her defender Sharia Turrentine, but it's stolen away after a pass tried to be cleared underneath the basket. Wesleyan with it. Turrentine takes the handoff on the left side waves everybody else off. She's going to dribble to the top of the key to run the offense. Bounce pass to the top of the key. Holly back outside, and they swing it right to the corner. Parker for three. Airballs it, but Holly reels it in, sends a pass underneath to the opposite block, and Deja Davis sends it up and in. 86-81, 4:01 to play. Battling Bishops with a 5-point lead, 86-81, 4 minutes, 1 second to play left in the fourth quarter. It's an exciting one here at the Herm. Stay with us. Five-point game, 4 minutes remaining here at the Herman Athletic Center. Pacers on the inbound pass go to Shania Taylor, who's going to dribble across midcourt and start the offense for the Pacers, who trail by 5, 86-81. Taylor defended by Turrentine. Waiting for something to develop. She dribbles toward the midcourt logo and hands to Deja Cheatham. Kayla Ray laboring underneath the basket. 3 on the shot clock as Cheatham drives to the left. Got a good look at the basket, but it rolls off the front of the rim, no good. And 30 seconds of game clock eaten up by that possession. 3:24 to play as North Carolina Wesleyan with a chance. They go to Holly at the top of the key, swinging it around the perimeter, working against this zone that the Pacers are running defensively. They clear it underneath. Keisha Parker with a tough shot. Looks like it may have been blocked by Michaela Ray. And Ray gets the rebound on the follow-up attempt. Pushes it forward to Umstead. Dribbling to the right side and pulls back of the three-point line to slow things down. So a wise choice by Umstead. She holds the ball. Finally puts it on the floor. Driving right side on her defender, Deja Davis. Rebound. Pulled in by Deja Cheatham, who goes up with it. Very undersized down there. In between a couple of defenders. And I believe that the foul is going to go against Holly. It does, and it'll go for her third personal foul. 2:45 to play. And a 5-point deficit for the Pacers. Cheatham at the line to shoot 2. Her first. Rips the bottom of the net and brings it within 4. Cheatham now with 22 points on the day. So season highs for both her and Michaela Ray, who has 40. Cheatham's second of 2, nothing but net as well. And she's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So like Michaela Ray, perfect from the stripe, though she shot many less. 3-point ball game. Turrentine with it at the top of the circle. Crosses from left to right. Forces up a floater from about 10 feet out. Rebound goes down to Victoria Olds. And nobody was there to defend the putback. And she banks it in to make it 88-83. 2:15 to play. Taylor into the offense for William Peace. She's defended by Turrentine. Gets a screen left side from Michaela Ray. Doesn't take it. Instead pulls a 3 and buries it. 88-86, that's within 2. 2 minutes to play. Turrentine sends it to the left side. Giovanna Jones goes top of the key. Keisha Parker puts up a 15-footer, and it misses off the back of the cylinder. Rebounded by Jones, and Wesleyan with another offensive set. Jones catches on the left wing, thinks about a 3, but hands off to Turrentine, who has it knocked away from behind. It's stolen by Cheatham. Again, Deja Umstead was the one who got a hand on that ball. And the Pacers slow things down in the front court with 1:30 to play. Taylor with a screen right from Michaela Ray. She'll dump it down to Ray on the elbow, who drives left side, puts it up with her right, and it's just short of the basket. Rebounded by Parker, and North Carolina Wesleyan with it. And Umstead, a little handsy on the far sideline, reaches in and commits the foul. Bishops will toss it in on the far sideline as Turrentine dribbles one step inside of the three-point line and buries the 15-footer. 90-86. Umstead's foul, her third personal, third team foul of the quarter for the Pacers. Taylor, step back on the right wing. That three rattles in. Shania Taylor. Now with 15 points of her own, she didn't score a single point in the first half. And again, it's a one-point ball game with less than a minute to play. 58.9 seconds on the clock. Shania Taylor is now 4 of 7 from three-point range. And one of 4 Pacers in double figures. Only 4 Pacers have scored. 40 for Michaela Ray, 23 for Deja Cheatham, 15 for Taylor, and then 11 for Deja Umstead. And they've certainly made it interesting here in the fourth quarter. Quick timeout called by William Peace, just 30 seconds. And as we exit that, it will be North Carolina Wesleyan ball. From the Battling Bishops perspective, they lead by 1. No full court pressure from the Pacers as Turrentine makes her way into the front court, handling the ball for North Carolina Wesleyan. Dishes right side, Deja Davis. They go to the corner, and Davis receives it again back up top to Turrentine. Fakes an overhead pass to the top of the key and dribbles left. Umstead trying to poke it out from behind, but commits the foul. That's her 4th personal. 4th team foul, so no shots just yet for North Carolina Wesleyan. Clock stops at 42.4, but a new shot clock for the Bishops. Inbound pass goes up top to Davis. Assesses the situation, and she's going to dribble back to the gray volleyball line. Receives the pass. Taylor trying to intercept it, but misses. Shot from the right corner. No good. Blocked and rebounded by Michaela Ray. 24 on the clock. Shot clock turned off. Taylor driving. Floats it up with the left off the backboard, and it sails over the rim. Back down to North Carolina Wesleyan. Keisha Parker receives a pass in the front court and has it stolen away. But due to some contact by Michaela Ray on that play, she commits her 5th personal foul and will be forced to check out of the contest. It's also team foul number 5 for the Pacers. So Parker will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 12.4 seconds left. Ray's day is finished with 40 points, 15 rebounds, as Parker's first of 2 free throws misses off the right side of the rim and bounces left. Jessica Schutte comes into the game to replace Michaela Ray. Still a 1-point game. North Carolina Wesleyan 90. William Peace 89. Parker with the second free throw hits front of the rim and rolls through. Timeout called North Carolina Wesleyan, who leads by 2 with 12.4 seconds left. And William Peace is going to have a chance. Pacers trail by 2, 12 seconds left. Quick timeout, and right back with the finish here on the Pacers Sports Network. We break the huddles with the clock set at 12.4 seconds. here in the fourth quarter. Pacers will toss it in. And the timeout was called by North Carolina Wesleyan, so William Peace is going to have to go the length of the floor. Cheatham inbounds it to Schutte. Floater pass back to Cheatham, but it's knocked away, stolen by North Carolina Wesleyan, but not before a jump ball is called. Jump ball keeps it with North Carolina Wesleyan. And a timeout called by North Carolina Wesleyan. 30 seconds as they'll have a chance to throw it in from the near sideline, just in front of their own bench and on their side of the floor. Clock stops at 8.2 seconds. So still a chance for the Pacers. Down by 2, 91-89 at this point. So the buzzer sounds following the Bishop's third timeout of the contest. The 5 for the Pacers defensively here will be Taylor, Cheatham, Gasparini, Umstead, and Schutte. Very small lineup. Davis on the inbound pass, breaks the play, overheads it across the floor to Holly, but a whistle blown off the ball. And Gasparini called for the foul before the pass was made. That'll send Giovanna Jones to the free throw line to shoot 2 as it's team foul number 6 on the Pacers. Gasparini's second personal. Jones buries the first free throw. And now the separation is 3 points. This one's a very crucial one with 8.2 seconds left. Jones, the second free throw. Nothing but net. 4-point Bishop's lead. Gasparini chucks it up the floor. Schutte can't catch up to it in time, and it's knocked out of bounds. But last touched by Keisha Parker. Clock stops at 3.6 seconds. Cheatham will inbound it for the Pacers, who trail by 4. Gets it to the corner. Taylor heaves up a 3 from the right side. It sails over the rim, and the buzzer sounds, signaling the end of this contest. And just like a day ago, it'll be a 4-point hard-fought loss for the William Peace Pacers. 93-89 will be your final after the rebound obtained as the clock expired for the fourth quarter, following the Shania Taylor miss on the 3. Prior to that, she was 4 of 7 from distance with 15 points. And just a really impressive day turned in by a number of Pacers players. Michaela Ray gets a career high, season high 40 points, 50 rebounds. Included in that, she was 18 of 18 from the free throw line. 23 points for Deja Cheatham, as well as season high 15 for Shania Taylor on 4 of 8 shooting from three-point range, and then 11 points for Deja Umstead. Leading the way for the Bishops was Nadia Holly, mainly paced by 4 of 5 shooting from 3. She had 18 points, 9 rebounds to her credit, 13 points apiece for Giovanna Jones and Keisha Parker, who also had 9 rebounds, 11 each for Sharia Turrentine and Victoria Olds, and then 5 more Bishops in the scoring column, though in single digits. So the final score from the Herm, 93-89. Pacers take a hard-fought loss. North Carolina Wesleyan advances to 7-8 on the season, 4-3 in conference play. Meanwhile, the Pacers drop to 2-10, 2-4 in the USA South. They'll be back in action on the road in Greensboro, middle of this week, but then back at home on Saturday of next weekend. We'll have it for you here on the Pacers Sports Network. 93-89, North Carolina Wesleyan takes it from your William Peace University Pacers.